Xhosa Cattle Killing movement and British imperialism. Africa is the second largest continent with 3,000 tribes. The cattle killing movement was happened by the Xhosa tribes living in South Africa. They are descendants of Nguni people and second largest ethnic group in South Africa. It was a conflict between the Britain and Xhosas in 1800s. The new imperialism was emerged in the 1800s in Europe. At that time, Europe was developed through the industrialization, which caused them new desires. They wanted raw materials, cheaper labors, and new markets to sell their goods and make better profit. It means they wanted a colony. To them, Africa was a good target having large amount of natural resources, gold, and lands. So major European powers including Britain decided to colonize the Africa. They decided to eat off the whole Africa and extract all money and labors from it. Yum 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 yum. But of course, most Africans hated Europeans who were trying to take over their power, so many of them had resisted against colonial rules. Anyway, Europe succeeded taking over the control of Africa by using their developed weapons and militaries. It caused the rise of the anti-colonialism and resistance among Africans, and resulted the conflicts, warfare between the European and local Africans. The Cape Colony was one of European colonies in Africa established by the Britain, which was related to the cause of the Xhosa War. Large amount of territory of Cape Colony was belonged to Xhosas, and it grew tension with the British. From 1779 to 1879, there was 9 wars between the Xhosa Kingdom and the British Empire, which was the longest military action of Africa. So the motivation of this war was Xhosas defending their land from the British forces' invasions. Until 1853, Xhosa had 8 wars with the British forces, but they were damaged by the outbreak of the wars and the British counterattacks. And cattle killing movement. To Xhosas, cattle were very valuable property because they were the primary source of the food production and used for the cultural rituals purposes. To know what caused the cattle killing movement, we need to know the Xhosa beliefs. Like other native tribes, Xhosas had their own traditional religion. Xhosas believed the single god Kamara, who is the creator and the protector of the earth. But most their spiritual worships and performances were focused on paying homage to their ancestral gods because their ancestral fathers created spiritual entities by the guide of Kamara and connected with them through the ritual. Lastly, Xhosas believe those spirits will protect them when they are in the extreme danger. And there was a prophecy in 1856. A girl named Xhosa was a prophet and she had a spiritual experience while walking a field. Xhosa met her ancestors and heard the important prophecy that would save Xhosas. The ancestor spirit told her this prophecy. The prophecy was, the dead will arise, all living cattle have to be slaughtered, cultivation will cease, and new grains have to be dug. Xhosa told this prophecy to her uncle, and her uncle told this to the chief. They said, we will bring our ancestors to get rid of Britain if we destroy our corns and cattle. If Xhosas keep this prophecy, the spirit would appear during the war with the Britain. Also at the time, Xhosa cattle were dying by the disease caused from the British cattle. So from 1856 to 57, the cattle killing movement occurred. The prophecy spread immediately between the Xhosas, and although not everyone agreed, most Xhosas started to slaughter their cattle and destroy lands. How many cattle have died? Between 2 years of 1856 to 7, about 400,000 cattle have been slaughtered. What may happen by this movement? Did the spirit really appear or not? As everyone would expect, neither getting help from their ancestral gods or getting rid of the British in their lands succeeded. Instead, it gave another one. It gave a large scale of famine and food shortage. By this famine, large amount of Xhosa population, about 80,000 Xhosa people had died. It gave a huge damage to the Xhosa society. Xhosas have lost their unity and ability to fight against the colonial rule of British. The last war ended with the defeat of Xhosas and British victory taking control of lands. Now, Xhosa had lost much of their power compared to the British Empire. Xhosa Empire and whole Cape Colony became under charge of British. The cattle killing movement was the Xhosas' one goal of reducing the population and the power by themselves. It was a power-up for the British that helped to win the war and take control of the whole colony for a long time until the independence. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked the video. Thank you for watching.